It's the takeover with Shay McCray here on FUBU Radio.
Shay McCray.
The takeover. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the takeover with your girl Shay McCray here on the all new FUBU Radio. And I told y'all I had somebody up next in the studio doing this thing. You know what? This guy sounds familiar, but you just now getting to know him. All right, HDx24. What's up? How you doing?
Fantastic. I'm doing well.
Am I saying that right? Hold up. We got to get this name right.
So it's the Instagram name is HDx24. And the 24 stems from Kobe being one of my idols. But it's just HD. The name is just HD. But I wanted to make it known that, the Instagram was HDx24 for that purpose.
Yeah. Got you. Okay. So I'm feeling the HD times 24. I don't know, but you might need to transition, just make that your name. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a meaning behind it. Is your initials HD your real name?
No, no. It's HD came from someone who actually gave me the name, a few years back, and I just ran with it. It was actually Young HD, and so I just removed the Young, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do HD, and then just add the hyphen in there only because to separate the two letters. Because obviously, when you search the name, etc., there's a lot of people come up with just a regular HD. So I just wanted to separate the two letters. Yeah.
I will say that there is a lot of people, but however, you made it a uniqueness to it. So that's what makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, for those who do not know you, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Let the people know who you are.
Yes, the name is HD. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, Clinton Hill specifically. Raised by a single mother, a brother of two. And, music has always been my passion, my ultimate passion, my first love. From where I was raised over on Cambridge Place, Junior Mafia, they gathered up down the block all the time, and they would, have these ciphers going on. And around the corner from me was the same situation. And so being exposed to those events, I was just driven and inspired and, infatuated with just music, just by hearing it. I was always surrounded by it. And also my household, I was raised by three aunts, my mother, my grandmother. And so being raised by women, they were in tune with, R&B and in tune with soul music. And so I had no other choice but to accept it and to love it for the right reason and the right purposes. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Listening to you and sitting here talking to you, you wouldn't think that you rap, because you're very proper. I know you hear it all the time. You are extremely proper. And I'm loving it. I'm not going to be like the other people and be like, yo, you talk white. Because what is white talking like? I hate when they say that. They do it to me all the time. So the way I say it is not talking white. It's talking proper.
Exactly.
So, one of the things that did intrigue me is that you started doing this thing at a very young age, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. But you went into the military first.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So it was a challenge. So my godfather. So when I moved from Brooklyn, New York to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, my godfather, he essentially just challenged me, and he said, I don't want you to, stay at the house all day long and work at a warehouse, which is nothing wrong with that. But he said, I wanted to see you grow. And he's a former veteran as well, and veteran. And he said, have you ever thought about joining the Marine Corps? And I said, no, I've never thought about joining the military at all. That's so far gone, and he was like, the Marine Corps would definitely be good for you. And so we did our research. Well, I did my research, and I watched all the movies, etc. And I joined. And May of 2015, I joined the Marine Corps, and I did the boot camp. I did the extra training, and I ended up working for Department of the White House. So, the experience, and the things that I've learned and the people that I've been around, the values that I've learned, the core values that I implement, now into the music and to, who I am today as a person, for sure.
Wow, that's what's up. So you're really structured with everything that you do.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I knew to be on time. I get people be late all the time. And I was like, I know I got to be on time because he's going to be on time.
15 minutes prior.
That's 2:45. I know that's right. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm pretty sure that can help you in your career as an artist. Now,
absolutely.
Now, as you know, that you made headlines a couple months ago, right? For, what was it, last year, the end of last year, for When did you make the Shade Room? You was on the Shade Room, right?
Probably 3 months ago. 3 months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago, for being a new artist that actually sounds like Jay-Z. And I'm not going to lie, HD, you sound like Jay-Z. However, I'm not getting the style that you're actually like trying to take his style. It's just the style that you have. How do you feel about people comparing you to him?
It's a compliment, honestly, and to be compared to one of the greatest. And, as a child, as a student of hip hop and a child of music, growing up, we had our idols on our walls as posters. You had Big, you had Nas, you had Hope. So these are people that we idolized, in my surroundings. And so it wasn't a thing for me to say, I want to be like him, but it was a thing to say, I want to be just as good, because that's somebody to be inspired by, of course. And the list goes on. There's Big, there's Fab, there's Big L. There's a lot of artists that I'm inspired by. But I think what happened was my dad. I was a huge fan of Fabulous, and my dad, he was like, "Hey, I need you to study this guy also." And so when he said that, I heard the American Gangster album, and the song was called Falling. And when I heard that, I was extremely intrigued. But, as far as the comparisons, I look at it, with Kobe and Jordan. I think it's a phenomenal thing to be compared to as one of the greatest. But also I have to make sure that with the consistency and, how I develop my craft and how good I am as an artist, to separate myself. So it's not people saying, "Oh, Jay, this is the next Jay." I'm not the next Jay. I'm the next HD. Now there's things that I have to develop as well. And, I also have to make sure that I'm surrounded by the right people. You know what I mean? And I do the right things. But I also do my due diligence, and I give Jay his respect, because he's paved the way for me. But to be compared to him is an amazing thing. You know what I mean? There's no negativity behind that. I feel like people sometimes will try to take it and put it in a negative light, because sometimes that's what happens in our culture, which is really unfortunate, because people don't have the lack of knowledge and they don't understand. So, but
that's what I was going to ask you. How are they receiving you? Because a lot of times they don't, like, "Oh, Jay-Z," and they'll cancel you right away. If you something like someone else, they already think they already have that. And you know what I mean, right? So how are your fans receiving you?
I mean, they love me, and to see that Shade Room posted that was phenomenal, and that I actually received fans off of that, because sometimes they don't work, because you've seen it in the past where people try to legitimately sound like Jay, or to impersonate, or to actually try to be like another artist. But when it's God's gift and it's natural and it's authentic, and and you believe in yourself, and people can see that, I think it's the successes are endless. You know what I mean? Because you have there's several artists that sound almost similar, but there's different. You have Anita Baker, you have Toni Braxton, but they're two different artists, but they sound similar. You know what I mean? But again, it's all about consistency, and as you mold yourself and guide yourself as an artist. And I look forward to the day when I'm able to sit down with Jay, and he's that person that can actually, teach me and give me guidance. I look forward to that. Sure.
That's what's up. Well, you definitely making your mark. And I'm gonna stand on it. You definitely sound like him, but you're doing your thing. It's still a different style to it. We're gonna take a break, come back. I want to talk about Ghetto Sunday and the visuals and everything, because that song kind of hit home, and I kind of, being from Brooklyn, what I'm saying? I get it. So you guys keep it locked. When we come back, we're gonna have more of HD.
It's the Takeover with Shay McCray here on FUBU Radio.
The Takeover. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Takeover with your girl Shay McCray here on the FUBU Radio, and I'm sitting here with HD. I had the name wrong, but the Instagram was right. But I'm gonna convince him to change his name to HD times 2 because that is dope. So I'm feeling it. Anyway. HD. So you have this song called Ghetto Sunday, and that's kind of what grabbed a lot of people's attention once you dropped the visuals. Talk to me about what inspired the lyrics, especially the lyrics in this particular song.
So what inspired the lyrics for Ghetto Sunday was my surroundings, and people that I've met, people that I was continuously meeting. Real life situations, things that we actually go through, the struggles that we go through and the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. But I didn't want to just target people who struggle. I also wanted to target people who are, achieving certain things and that are moving forward in life. And pretty much that was just it. And I wanted to just make sure that it was simple enough for everyone to understand. And with the production sound side of it, I wanted to make sure that it was something everyone could relate to, and the drums and everything, that it made it like a sorrowful song, but also a song of like gratitude and victory. You know, I think that's what it was with the production. And it was something that I was used to hearing in my household, or the music that I was inspired by. So I think that's really pretty much, the sum of Ghetto Sunday in a whole.
Got you. Okay. Well, it's dope. The visual was dope. I'm feeling it. Did you shoot that in Brooklyn?
I did.
You did shoot that in Brooklyn. I thought so.
Yeah.
I know the brownstones.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So you did release now you were saying that with the support, so many people reposted the video too, right? Just to name a few, you were saying Timberland,
Shiggy. It was
Is there a challenge out for it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It's still growing. Teddy Riley reached out to me. A bunch of people reached out. A lot of athletes, a lot of social media enthusiasts. And it's funny because, like I said, it's still growing.
Yeah,
like it's still growing.
Well, speaking about still growing, prior to COVID-19, you dropped the album, right? What's the name of the album?
It's called the Gallery Fantastic.
The Gallery Fantastic. What's the story behind the name?
So it's funny because my professor, I was in school at one point, and he said that he needed for us to go to see an orchestra, right? And we had to do like a writing on this orchestra that we were seeing. And so the name ended, I think the name of the actual symphony that I was going to see ended with like Fantastic. And so I took that name, and as I'm sitting there and I'm witnessing this thing be like taking place, I'm getting all these different ideas, and I'm trying to figure out, like, naturally I'm getting ideas of like music, and I'm seeing all these different, incidents in my neighborhood. And as I'm growing up, and so I said, what way would it be for me to, relate music with art? Because they're related anyway, because it's different forms of art.
I say that all the time. Yep.
Exactly. And so, I wanted people to, when they had the ability to listen to this project, I wanted them to have the feeling as if they were walking through an art gallery. And as you're walking through this gallery, you're looking at different paintings, and each painting is supposed to mean something to you. You're supposed to be able to listen to each lyric, each verse in this EP, and say, I am able to understand that in some shape, way, or form. So I had to write it in multiple perspectives. You know what I mean? And that's how the EP came about. Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, the EP dropped prior to the pandemic. As we all know, that it affected a lot of people, especially in the music industry. I believe that was one of the main ones that was kind of hit, because you guys had no way of making money doing shows or anything. How did the project, the EP, do once it dropped? Or did the pandemic affect it?
So post-COVID, we were doing really well because we were actually moving around with this. So I was going to all of the HBCUs. I was performing it. I was going to do the, what's that thing they have for like the colleges? CIAA. That's what I was, it's for that. So I was going to all the HBCUs, and, but yeah, COVID happened. So when that occurred, I was like, okay, we can't move around anymore. So we're pretty much stagnant. And that's when Ghetto Sunday started to take off. So I'm like, okay, cool. We have Ghetto Sunday going on. And I really wanted to direct people straight towards the gallery. Fantastic. But, people are home and everyone is not really going anywhere. So that's what I guess helped as far as the streams. People are actually able to sit down and listen to the music and things like that. But as far as being able to, move around with it, I think that's what was the biggest effect as far as, the music, being able to, go places and show people my face, because you have Ghetto Sunday taking off and you have this project. But what I stress a lot to artists, you have to move with your music. And I think that,
you got to move. Yep.
You have to. And so that's what really affected us as far as, that project. And now that I have the following, and I, Instagram verified me, et cetera, people are still talking about it and the music is still growing everywhere. It's like, okay, now let's see what he has. So you have the project and you have other singles. You have things that were about to drop as well. So
Any features on this EP?
No features, but on the next one, yes, there will be.
Okay, so so that brings me to my next question. When's the next one?
So I mean, we have EP ready right now, but I'm big on strategy, and I'm big on, taking my time with the music and letting it grow. Because in this industry now, you have people who are releasing music at a constant pace, thinking that's gonna, get them famous. That's not how it works. It's about growing with your music and actually making sure you utilize it to the max. Yeah, because the music hasn't reached its full potential. Honestly, it hasn't. So I want to make sure.
So what features do you have on the new project?
On the new project, oh man. So 5 years is a good one to talk about. Hopefully, Ferg, and that's pretty much it. And some other guys that I've been working with, as far as producers and things like that. Dion is one of them. This other up and coming kid from Brooklyn, JD, Bino. So a lot of artists from that trill community, because I wanted to implement the youth on this next project. So I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. But again, I want to make sure that we take our time with releasing the next project before, actually focus on the single that's about to drop, which is called Cake, which is the artists that I just mentioned are on this record, and it's a drill record. And it's me actually, joining with that drill community and getting the youth and getting their attention. So it's going to be fun.
That's what's up. What single we pushing today?
So right now, Ghetto Sunday is still that single, but the next single we're going to push is, Cake, which is going to drop October 30th.
Okay. All right. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and introduce Ghetto Sunday, and we'll get right into it.
Yes. So it's the boy HD, and you're about to tune in to my single, the latest single, the single that's going viral, the single that's for the people, Ghetto Sunday. Love is love.
Yeah. Keep it locked. Don't go nowhere.
It's The Takeover with Shay McCray here on FUBU Radio.
Shay McCray.
The Takeover. Welcome back to The Takeover with your girl, Shay McCray. And I'm still sitting here with HD, bringing the heat. Ghetto Sunday. This, like I said, y'all think y'all heard him before. Someone like him before, but you ain't seen him before. But listen, you are doing your thing. I will say this. How long have you been, since you got out of the military, how long you been doing music?
So a year and 7 months.
Did you do any music in the military at all? Did you record or?
I did. I was dropping freestyle. I was dropping videos, but I really couldn't pursue it the way I wanted to because it was a different responsibility. I couldn't. Yeah, it's no way.
I bet you it was. What was your job in the military?
So I was an administrator. I was one of the administrators. Yeah, I was a manager, corporal, or non-commissioned officer. I was one of the head managers in my shop, headquarters department. Yeah.
Okay. Well, coming from a military background, being so structured in the way that you do everything in life, how can you compare or tell us how is it working as being military and then getting into industry? Because it's definitely not militant. Everybody's with the shh. It's a lot of fluff. Listen, you know the real. So
yeah,
how are you even be able to even just work in that industry? How could you, do your thing in it?
Yeah. So I think the biggest value that I've learned is, patience. I think patience is huge, and you have to be respectful to everyone. And that's something that you don't see all the time, though. Respect, you don't see it. And you don't see
what is that? It's no respect.
You don't see that. You don't see a lot of honor. You don't see a lot of integrity, honesty. There's a lot of things that you don't see. But the one thing you do see is that there is a structure within labels.
Yes.
Right. And within every job, there's a structure. There is a chain of command, just like how it is in the military. And that, with the structure, who is really valuable and who has the value.
You definitely learn who's valuable, and you definitely, that's when you start getting to the corporate side of the whole music industry.
Right.
But just the climb to get there, it's just so many people you knocking down and pushing off the edge. I don't know. It's just, it's like night and day, in my opinion.
It is.
And you taking this world on by storm. I will say that.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. But you have to know who to get to. You have to know who.
Look, that's that military coming out again.
Yeah. You have to know who to get to, honestly. And you have to know how to talk to them. You have to know how to talk to them.
Have you ever like rapped about your experience working at the in the White House and stuff like that?
You're the first one to ever ask that question. Out of all the interviews that I've done, and I've done several, you're the first one to ask that question. And no, I haven't. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't think I want to. I want it to be natural. If I do, then I want it to be natural and organic. Yeah, I want it to just come to me. Yeah. Okay. Not yet though.
Okay. I will be looking forward to that because it's kind of like the tell-all book. You're gonna have a tell-all rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
that's what's up. Please let us know when we can expect the new single. What else you have coming up? Any performances, tours? Are you looking to go on tour anytime soon?
Yeah. So right now the focus right now is one thing at a time. So right now the single, we're dropping that in the video. That's coming out October 30th. So definitely expect that. Again, it's featuring Bino, JD, and this other R&B artist named Dion. So I'm excited about the record. It's going to do phenomenal. And after that, we'll probably drop the EP. I don't have any dates specifically, but right now the main focus is just to get the single out there. And right now we're actually sitting down with a lot of people as far as labels. So we're really close to finding the proper home for us right now to get things going and to put it on a broader spectrum. You know what I mean? So yeah, right now that's really the main things that's going on, and doing other things outside of the music within the community, giving back to the community. November 10th, I think I'm going to do a show, a virtual show, and it's going to be catering to veterans. Obviously because Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday as well. So we definitely got that. We got that in the works right now and working with some other athletes and some other figures within the athletic world. So that's what's going on right now. And also in the community with the mayor and things like that. So Taj Gibson Foundation, that's a family of mine. So we got some good things going on outside of the music. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to you. I see nothing but success for you. Keep doing what you're doing. And before we go, I do need to ask, I almost kind of think I know who you're going to say, but if you had the chance to work with one person in the industry right now, as far as music, I don't care whether rap, country, R&B, whatever, who would it be?
Sade.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
that's my girl too. All right. You just blew the world. Okay. Y'all see it. Listen, if anybody that's linked to Sade, get my boy HD on here because he is doing this thing. And yes. Please let the people know how we can keep up with your journey and how we can stream the new the song Ghetto Sunday.
Yes, so definitely for Ghetto Sunday. I mean, it's everywhere. So all you have to do is just search Ghetto Sunday. Google. I mean, you can go to my Instagram, HDx24_. Same thing for Facebook, Twitter, and again HDx24_. The link is in my bio. I mean, Twitter, the link is in the bio. Facebook, the same thing. The gallery, fantastic. It's streaming on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, etc. Again, the links are all there. You just have to go to the Instagram account and all the other social media platforms as well. It's all there for you. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and giving us a little insight of who HD is.
Thank you,
you might want to consider that. And when you stamp that name, I want my cut too. All right.
I got you. On the low. Yeah, I got you.
on the low. All right, you guys keep it locked. Don't go nowhere. It's your girl, Shay McCray.
It's the takeover with Shay McCray here on FUBU Radio.
Shay McCray.
The takeover.